Very scary horror stories. One day, her father bought a luxurious house like the palaces of the wealthy, and strangely enough, it was not expensive. The girl attributed the reason behind this to the fact that the house is abandoned and needs a lot of repairs, as the walls contain drawings in bright colors but corroded. Description of the dream house. It consists of 2 floors. On the first floor there is an American-designed kitchen, a room to receive guests, a living room and a dining room, which has a very large table as if kings and princes sit on it to eat, and an elegant luxurious bathroom that in its first state still attracts attention, and its vast area. There are 2 front gardens full of flowers, but they need pruning and beautifying their view. And another backyard with a huge tree that seems to outgrow the house with a beautiful hammock, and there is also a place for the car and a beautiful lake with water suitable for bathing. Life is normal. I started studying and everything was routine as usual. The girl made in all the honor of the house a cage with birds, and the view was what was wonderful, that gave a sense of psychological comfort, which was reflected in her study and quick collection of information in record times. The beginning of problems. Finally came the vacation that the girl waited for to do what she wants, and during the processing and repair of the room found the girl on the back wall forms of drawings strange and scary at the same time have a bad impact on those who see her. There are traces of blood and scribble fingers, but an idea came to her mind, so she decided to photograph it and put it on her social site to scare her friends, and after a while she forgot the subject completely. The study began and her friend was offering her to study together, and if it was late they should sleep with her in her room, which she calls my kingdom. One day, after finishing studying, the girl wanted to watch a horror movie, and while watching it, the girl and her friend started laughing hysterically and making funny jokes on those who are afraid of similar movies, and suddenly the girl heard a sound coming from the lake in front of the room. So she held on and pretended to be brave to find the source of the sound, and went out with her friend, and then the girl imagined that there was someone in the lake, but when she directed the light of the electric searchlight to him, she saw nothing but a tree branch, and then entered room and she and her friend slept. The horrors of a strange world. In the morning, the girl went to the university as usual with her friend, and when she returned she found her father telling her that she did not notice a dead cat next to the door of her room. So the girl entered her room and did not pay attention, as she has a lot of hard work for the university. The girl spent many hours and midnight, and did not finish work yet, so she decided to go to the kitchen to get a hot cup of coffee to finish what was left. But while returning from home she saw someone at the lake, and she thought it was her father and went to him to ask him why he stayed at that late hour. She was alone, but she did not find her father, but found a burnt person with overlapping and bloody features that she could see from his face only his protruding eyes, and she fainted. Pains and aches. The girl woke up and found herself in her father's bedroom and asked her why. So she told him what happened. But he returned him to her exhaustion at work, and then the girl saw him whenever she closed her eyes and went to sleep, to wake up from the pain of what she sees in a dream and find the effects of burns in her body. When they met, she told him everything that happened with her. And when he asked her about her friend, she told him that she had 2 days not seen her, so the man decided to go to her because she was in danger. And indeed when they arrived, they smelled a fire and found her friend burned by fire. So the man called the ambulance, and when the girl was accompanying her friend, he prevented her, telling her that they had a due mission to save her and her friend. Events beyond imagination. The man taught her to circumvent her father to get him out of the house so that nothing bad happens to him like her friend, and indeed the girl succeeded in that. And as soon as they arrived home, the man muttered strange words. The girl fainted after her, and when she woke up she found herself in the same house, but it looks strange and the tree is small and the lake itself, and she found someone running towards her and entering her room, and when she talked to him he did not answer her. And then many young men ran after him to follow him, but he had closed the door of the room on himself, so they set fire in the room, and when they tried to put it out they could not, and after a while the fire had been extinguished, but it had already burned completely. It is that man who appeared to her beforehand and always tries to hurt her in her sleep. He is still alive, but these people tied him to a branch knowing that he was alive and threw him into the lake until the effect of their crime disappeared. Use of witchcraft and sorcery. His father came and did not find the son and knew what happened to him from hard-hearted people, so he decided to retrieve his lost son. So he wrote those strange things on the wall of the room, which the girl read, so she summoned that spirit to appear again, as soon as the father died. The soul went, and the house became no one close to it because everyone around him believed that it was haunted by spirits until her father hired it, and then the girl woke up to ask the man directly about the location of his body, so she pointed to the lake. But unfortunately he does not swim with water, and the girl is afraid to see him again with that ugly scene, and in the end she took control of herself and gathered her strength and went down to the water and found it and pulled it out. And the man buried it, and then life returned to normal as if nothing had happened.